Hello YouTube, this is Your Yahoo Weeps. I have been procrastinating on doing this, but I figured I really should make this video since the world is about to end tomorrow. So I want to get this video done before the world ends. So anyways, I am making a video on how to destroy the world. This is a practical guide, at least supposed to be. So I'm going to try to make it as practical as I can. Now, if you want to destroy the world, I figure there are a few different options you've got. Option number one, I'm just going to start listing them. Option number one, I'm thinking that there may very well be a possibility that there are enough nuclear weapons in the world to destroy the world. So, what you need to do is you need to coordinate. You need to figure out where all the nuclear weapons are, infiltrate into the organizations that are in control over these nuclear weapons, ingratiate yourself however you want to do it, and find out who has control over pressing the button, and get yourself, maybe hypnotize them, maybe brainwash them, or get yourself into the position where you are actually the one pushing the button. Or probably what you really need to do is get other people to do your bidding so that they can be in the position to push the button. So you get people all over the world that are in these positions, and then you may need to like synchronize watches, because at the same time, maybe even like do like walkie-talkies and say like on the count of 3, 1, 2, and then press the button. And I'm thinking that maybe if you have all the nuclear... Oh, this is another thing you're going to need to do ahead of time. I almost forgot this. You need to tunnel into the Earth, down to the Earth's core, and make the tunnel big enough so that the nuclear weapons can fly through those tunnels to hit the Earth's core all at the same time. Puppy, stop. So I'm thinking maybe if there's I'm guessing there might be enough nuclear weapons. I mean, you may need to consult with some scientists on this to get the exact figures right, make sure it's not going to be a botched job, because wouldn't that stink that you go to all the trouble of getting the nuclear weapons down to the Earth's core and you find out it's not enough? Maybe it just messes things up a little bit. Maybe it just, skews the Earth up a little bit, makes life a little bit more difficult, but it doesn't destroy the world and it doesn't accomplish your purpose. So that would just stink. So you want to get like professional scientists who can tell you whether or not this is going to actually work. So that's option number one, is to send all the nuclear weapons to the Earth's core and hopefully blow up the Earth that way, destroy the world. Another way that I thought about that you could destroy the world, well, let me think. If you got like really powerful rocket boosters and you could set them up around the globe to maneuver the Earth towards the sun and, get it out of its orbit and get it moving towards the sun. And I'm thinking maybe if you got a powerful enough burst, maybe in the beginning, and you could get it moving to where the Earth would, head through, that force, the force of momentum. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But the Earth gets moving, and since it's in space, and it just keeps on moving, and then the sun gets a hold of it, the sun's gravity, and sucks it into the sun, and that would do it. So that's another option. Trying to think. I thought I had another one, but... excuse me, I'm not sure I can remember it. You might want to check out implosion. If you can get the world to implode on itself, that might be a possibility, but I can't think of anything exactly how to do that. Mostly I'm going with the nuclear weapons down to the Earth's core idea. Well, hold on, let me think. No, lost it. Okay, well, I'm thinking, there's probably leaders in the world, all these leaders of countries and stuff have nuclear weapons. And that can be beneficial to wipe out good chunks of humanity and make the earth an unlivable place, but it doesn't really destroy the world. So I just feel like they're just, if they're going to do the job, they need to do it right. And I don't feel like the rate they're going, I don't think they're going to. And you've got leaders that are threatening to bomb other countries and stuff, but that's just going about it, just kind of, I can't say that, I'm not going to say that word, halfway. I was going to say half something else, but I'm not going to. It's just not really addressing, not really getting the job done. So, puppy. So I just, I just feel like they're not really cutting it. They're not really doing it. They say they're going to bomb other countries and stuff, but it's like, why leave out your own? I mean, if you're going to help to make the world an uninhabitable place, why not just go the whole stretch? Now, some people might feel that getting all of the world's nuclear weapons to the Earth's core is unrealistic. I can understand that. So, if you can't destroy the world that way... Oh, and reasons for destroying the world, if you need to have good reasons for destroying the world. The world can be a very messed up place, right? People doing wrong to each other all over the place. Sometimes on a wide scale, sometimes, just on a smaller scale. You have people that, the whole, the more powerful people win, and the people that are more gentle lose. The way the world operates that way. And you come out on top by stepping on other people, so you can get ahead. And then if people are more kind and gentle and willing to give and stuff, then they become victims. Just the whole way the world works that way. That actually contributed to how I used to want to destroy the world, but not so much anymore. Plus, I don't see it as very practical. So that can be a reason. And you see that the world is messed up, and you see that pollution and the things that they're doing to the air and the water and the rest of the planet, all the toxic waste, chemical pollution, all this stuff. They're just kind of going about destroying the world and at a slow pace. And why be so slow about it? Why not accelerate it to get the job done? I mean, if you're going to make our world an unlivable place, why be so tedious about it? Why not hurry? Anyways, that's my thoughts. I don't know if I gave sufficient reasons to destroy the world. I can't remember, but since that's not very practical for most people... Oh, I'm kind of running long on time. Anyways, since it's not very practical, I'm thinking, how can you destroy the world for yourself? Well, destroying the world around you, you might be able to do it in a very localized way. Maybe if you had... if you figured out how to make bombs, and you made a bomb so that it would just blow up yourself and the area right around you, I guess that's a possibility. But very practically speaking, now this is somebody, you don't have to be a bomb expert or anything like that to do this. I found that a way that you can destroy the world, you can destroy the world for yourself. Now, you could do it by suicide, okay? But suicide is not very practical. It can be not so pleasant from what I understand. Very, very painful. Very painful. Very painful. You can botch it. A lot of times people botch it. And who's to say that if you do commit suicide, that things won't be worse for you once you do? And that would just kind of stink. Because if you're wanting to commit suicide because things are awful, what if things are worse once you do? That's terrible. Oh, that would be no good. So, practically speaking, now I'm convinced the Almighty exists. There's no way around it. The Almighty must exist. There's absolutely no way around it. And he, she, you know, I don't believe the Almighty has actual gender, beyond gender. Anyways, he created you and he wants you here for a reason, for a purpose. Everybody. He wants us all here for a reason, for a purpose, until he decides that it's time for us to go home. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, shoot. I just lost my train of thought. I hate that. Some people, like, edit videos and stuff, and I've... sorry. Okay, since there is the Almighty, and a good reason why you would want to destroy the world is because the world being messed up and a not fun place, a not cool place, not good. The Almighty has a plan with all this. He's planning to redo things. He's planning for this age, this time of things going wrong, he's planning for that to end in the relatively near future. He's like, this is, you know, I've got a reason for setting things up this way. I've got a reason for allowing sin and evil and all this stuff. This is just temporary. This is not the way things are going to be permanently. This is just like the temporary. It's like he's getting it out of the way. He's going, okay, it's got to happen. I have my reasons and purposes for things being the way they are and you going through things the way you have to. But it's not going to last. I'm getting it out of the way. We're going to do it. It'll be done. You'll be so much better. It'll all be worth it. But it needs to run its course. He's going to let it run its course, but I think its course is getting really close to being over. Once the course is over, the world will be destroyed. This world will be destroyed. It will be no more. Now, I know there's some things that are nice about this world, nice about this life, and I'm sorry if you're any kind of attached to any of those things, but they're kind of like scenery for the ride. You're going on a ride from one place to the other. They're the scenery to enjoy the ride, but they're not your destination. Your destination is much better. And who's to say, you know, it's very possible that our destination will have lots of the good things that we love about here, since they all come from the mind of our Creator anyways, and He's the one who's created our destination. So to make a longer story, hopefully a little bit shorter, these are the ways that I think you can practically destroy the world for yourself. And anybody can do this, I believe. A key is patience. Because like I said, the Almighty's going to destroy this world. It's going to come to an end. All the nastiness, all the evil, all the yuck, all the bad, all the things that weigh you down, all the things that make you go, oh my, please, not another day of this. That's going to end. There's an end in sight. It's going to end. So patience is one thing. Okay, and that's really one of the only things you have anyways, is patience. Because like I said, I mean, the only other option is like suicide or, you know, something like that, and who's to say it won't be worse for you on the other side, okay? None of us have like a clear-cut, what was I going to say? Clear-cut, inescapable conclusion with that. You know, we have things that we see and we say, well, I'm sure this is how it's going to be, but none of us have seen it, okay? The other side of death. That's what I'm talking about. So patience is one thing. And the other thing is knowing that, well, you got to know the Almighty exists, okay? And you know His plan and His purposes. And you get to know Him. If you get to know Him, it'll clear a lot of this stuff up. You'll see that this is just a test run. This is basically like a training camp that's only going to last so long. And then it's going to be over. And then there'll be a really good, wonderful world that you're going to be like, no, man, I don't want to get rid of this world. It's awesome. That's the way it's going to be. That's not the way it is now. but it's the way it's going to be. So, so patience, which, you know, probably requires some endurance and perseverance. Patience and trust. Once you know the Almighty and you understand Him, that He loves you like incredibly passionately, whether you know Him or not, and however you feel about Him, that doesn't change His love for you. His love for you like knows no bounds. I mean, He's like so incredibly passionately in love with you, like who you are as a person, you know. And He thought of you before the world was made. Before He made anything, He knew. He had you in mind. He had you in His heart, and He loved you. He was passionately loving you. And this is the one who has your destination in mind, and is going to make sure that you have a good destination coming, and is not going to let anybody stop Him or get in His way of doing that. In fact, there's a verse, 1 Corinthians, let me find it really quick. I'm not sure if I've got it. I'm going to see if oh, no. Well, it's the verse that talks about that if anybody destroys the temple of Yahweh, Yahweh will destroy them, and you're that temple. So if somebody comes against you and wants to destroy you, they got it coming, because you're that temple. So if somebody destroys you, Yahweh destroys them. He says, Anyways, so really that's my practical guide for destroying the world. It comes down to destroying your world. And there's things about your world, your inner world, that probably need to be destroyed. Sin, anything that is self-destructive, destructive to others, destructive to your relationship with Yahweh, that stuff's got to go. You know, addictions, anything, you know, you look at yourself and something that you don't like about yourself, that you have good reason to not like about yourself, like say you're cruel, or say you are really egotistical or prideful at the expense of others, that kind of stuff, you know, that stuff needs to go. Or say you harm yourself or harm other people or seek to harm the Creator. You can't really harm Him because He's beyond that. He can't be harmed. I'm glad of that too. Anyways, that stuff's got to go. So that world of you needs to end, and it will. The day's coming. It's assured. But the rest of you, the good you, the real you, the true you, that's not going to end. That's going to get refined. It's going to get made true and pure, and it's going to be real you. The real you is all that's going to be left. So destroying your world takes patience, and it takes trust that the Almighty is going to accomplish what He's setting out to accomplish. And of course He will, whether you believe it or not. He's going to destroy the world and all of the stuff that's wrong with the world, and He's going to renew and make a new world, or renew the world, so that all there is good, and so that all there is going to be like stuff that you're like, yes, this is awesome, please don't let it end, and it won't. So that's my practical guide on destroying the world. If you want to try sending all the nukes to the core of the earth, and you're planning on doing that, please let me know how that goes. I'd be really interested to know. Assuming, of course, that the world doesn't end tomorrow how it's supposed to. You know, December 21st, the end of the Mayan or calendar or something. You know, some calendar. Pretty sure it's not the Gregorian calendar, although that might end at some point. But, although, you know, most calendars end as of January 1st. That's the end of most. So maybe that's when the end of the world is, because that's when the calendars end. And people, I know that companies make new calendars in the hopes that the world won't actually end and that there'll be another year, but who knows. Anyways, if the world does end tomorrow, happy end of the world. And thanks for watching. And let me know if you are able to send all the nukes to the core of the Earth, or if you come up with some other wonderful idea for destroying the Earth. But if you're going to, like, if you're going to bomb other countries, please, please, don't just do it halfway, you know? Don't just do a couple countries and that's it. I mean, by all means, do them all. Get all the countries. And why exempt yourself? That's just... Don't play favorites. That's not cool. Nobody wants that. Do them all. Happy end of the world. Let me know if you come up with any good ideas. Oh, and I'm basically stuck on the sofa. So if you come up with any good ideas on how to destroy the world that can be done from home without having to get off the sofa, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Thanks, and have a good life, have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. You're me, how weeps. Have a good life. Goodbye.